Hey everyone, welcome to the video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. If you'd like to hang out in between videos, come check out the Discord. We're also doing exclusive content over on Patreon. We've got a schedule up on the community tab, but we're doing things like competition shows, K-dramas, and content from groups on the channel. Today, though, we are starting the deep dive to Aespa. We are going to finally get into some of their music. I will say that this is a little different than our usual deep dive format. Normally we start right at the beginning of the discography, go in order, hit everything in depth from beginning to end sequentially. I am lucky enough to be able to be going to see Aespa in a short period of time next week. So this week is kind of going to be focused on getting me familiar with the songs that are going to be in the set list. So the next 3 days, I'm going to be covering, I think, 8 tracks each day, maybe 9 on the last day, to get through the entire set list. We are going to go through in order of when they were put out chronologically on the set list, or like not on the set list, in when the songs on the set list were released. Tongue-tied there. So once that's all done, right? Once we've gotten through the set list, we will start going back to the beginning and going through and hitting all the extras, hitting the lyrics, going through the lore, figuring out, watching some live performances. Obviously, I will also have a video for my concert experience, but yeah, just wanted to give you a heads up as to what's going on here. So today we are going to start off with Black Mamba. Let's go. Oh, that bass line.
I'm addicted, 끊임없이 말을 걸어주는 나의 Aespa. 이런 교감, 너의 존재 날 다른 차원으로 이끌었지. 난 세상 중심에 you're in the flat. 내 모든 액션 어린 너의 힘을 키워. 넌 언젠가부터 생각 너 이제까지 보여. 더 이상 못 찾겠어. 너의 유혹에 섞인 건 Black Mamba.
Oh, yeah.
넌 광야를 떠돌고 있어. 나의 부신을 잡고 싶어. Hey Mamba, I'm addicted. 선언만으론 너의 거대함을 이기지 못해. I'm exhausted. 너의 존재 모든 장벽들을 막고 자라났지. Aespa는 나야 둘이 될 순 없어. But no chrome to colors. 이건 ever evolution. Oh, 위험에 장난을 쳐. 내 협정이지만 널 부정을 받게. 모든 걸 삼켜버릴 Black Mamba.
That like floor work move is iconic. Oh. Hello. Who are you?
넌 광야를 떠돌고 있어. 내게 맞서는 질 수 없어. Hey Mamba, 거울 속에 나는 내가 아닐까. 이끌어져 버린 환영인 걸까. 다시 너와 연결될 수 있다면 너를 만나고 싶어. 이제 모든 걸 삼켜버릴 Black Mamba.
The headbanging choreo. Okay, okay.
넌 광야를 떠돌고 있어. 내게 맞서는 질 수
Ooh. Is this the avatar for the Black Mamba? All right. Ooh. We got our Aespa logo in there too. Oh, and a post-credit scene, kinda. Who was that? Okay. So, plenty of lore questions. Like I said, we will get into that when we get back to the regular chronological look through in the deep dive. But as a song, right? Really, really cool bass line. There were some interesting elements in the lyrics that I was thinking about as some of the pieces of information that I do have about the world and the lore from the guide that we watched. Seeing that they were confused almost if these the A's themselves were just distorted visions of themselves or if they had their own distinct existence. Some really interesting kind of philosophical questions there. And then I think it was Karina that had her eyes go black when and we got into almost a separate world within her mind there, where she was being enchanted or possessed or something like that by what I imagine to be the presence of the Black Mamba. I wonder if that means she is being, controlled within the group in the lore, or if that's just a window for the Black Mamba to get some information or what's going on there. But that was a neat little touch. But yeah, back to the sound of the song. The Black Mamba chorus line is very, very catchy. That floor work move is gotta be iconic. I don't think I've seen it before, but it just looks like one of those things that was probably done over and over and over again. Because it looks great. It looks fantastic. Yeah, I wasn't expecting long hair blonde Winter, because the only time I've seen Winter outside of Aespa is in Got the Beat and in a couple of videos where she was singing with Max Changmin and Taeyong. And I have only ever seen her with the bobbed black hair. So it was really interesting to see different looks. I think I'm starting to get to know members' faces. I think that's Ning Ning, Winter. I can't see. I'm looking at the girl's thumbnail over here. I think it's Ning Ning, Winter, Karina, and Giselle. I think I'm starting to be able to pick them out regardless of hair color and styling, but we'll see. I will probably still make mistakes. Let's check out our next one, which is going to be Next Level. Okay. This one, I remember being told that this was a remake.
I'm on the next level, yeah. 절대적으로를 지켜 내 손을 놓지 마라. 결속은 나의 무기. 광야로 걸어가. 알아 내 hongo.
Or maybe not. It's got Kwangya in the lyrics. Ooh.
상상도 못한 blackout. 유혹은 깊고 진해. Too hot, too hot. 맞잡은 손을 놓쳐. 난 절대 포기 못해. I'm on the next level. 저 너머의 문을 열어. Next level. 널 결국엔 내가 부셔. Next level. 코스모에 탈 때까지 next level. 지켜라 지켜라 지켜라. La 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 la. I see the new info. 적대적인 Watch me while I make it out. Watch me while I work it out. Work it, work it, work it out. 감당할 수 없는 절망도 내 믿음을 깨지 못해.
Okay, Ning Ning.
아픈 시련들마저도 난 잡은 손 놓지 않을게. Oh, beat drop. Novice.
Oh.
절대로 뒤를 돌아보지 마라. 광야의 거점 내지 마라. 약속이 깨지면 모두 걷혀볼 수 없게 돼. 언제부턴가 불어내지 않은 신호. 널 파괴하고 말 거야. Come on, show me the way. Go some more. Yeah, yeah. Black Mamba가 만들어낸 광각 quest. Aespa 아이로 분리시켜놓길 원해. 그래. 중심을 잃고 목소리도 잃고 비난받고 사람들과 멀어지는 착각 속에 난 미술이 아이들을 불러봐. Aespa의 next level pulse를 열어봐. 이건 real world 깨어났어. We against the feeling. What's the name? Black Mamba. 결국 난 문을 열어. 그 빛은 내게 fire. Too hot, too hot. 난 궁금해 미치겠어. 이 다음에 펼칠 story. I'm on the next level. 저 너머의 문을 열어. Next level. 널 결국엔 내가 부셔. Next level. 코스모에 달 때까지 next level. Check it out, check it out, check it out. I'm on the next level. 더 강해져 자유롭게 next level. 난 광야의 내가 아냐. Next level. 야수 같은 나를 느껴. Next level. Check it out, check it out, check it out.
Okay. Oh, do we got a post-credit scene again? No. Okay. This one was interesting for me, right? I think I may have to listen to this a couple of more times to get a real feel for it because it was moving all over the place, right? We had a couple of different styles of music going in here. The next level chorus was like very repetitive and almost hip hop kind of vibey, and there were times where I was really like vibing with that chorus specifically, and then there were times where I wasn't feeling it as much, right? Like I felt like it overstayed its welcome a touch. Not that it's bad, but that like there were certain sections of it that I enjoyed more than others. Ning Ning's bridge, where it kind of got like a little R&B, a little jazzier. I was really enjoying a lot, and I think it's interesting, right? Like they took a big swing musically with this one. It feels like I don't think I like it as much as I liked Black Mamba. I think Black Mamba so far is the gold standard of like tracks for them that I've heard, which is Black Mamba and Next Level. But I did enjoy it. I do think there were some interesting lore implications that we'll get into a little more when we go backwards and we dive into the rest of the stuff surrounding this. Things about like Navi's and Cosmo is the one here that I think I'm unfamiliar with. I will work to figure out a little more about the storyline as we go along, obviously. But there were some interesting concepts. I think it's the one thing that Aespa is showing me as we're listening to these is that they are a lot more direct about including their lore than some other groups into the lyrics of their songs, right? Like they're not worried so much that they're going to scare people off with this storyline concept in the songs themselves. A lot of other groups will have the lore in the songs as well, but it will be like a level deep, right? Like there is the base interpretation of it being a love song or about being motivational or being strong in the face of adversity and things like that. and the lore will be kind of hiding one layer beneath that, where the fans who choose to dig into that will be like, okay, this is where this is how it ties into the greater story, etc., etc. Aespa's like, no, we're throwing a lot of proper nouns in here. Like, we're gonna figure out, you know, we're gonna name things. You're gonna hear about those names, and you'll figure it out, right? Like they're, and you're still gonna vibe with our music. So I'm down for that. I think it's a refreshing take on lore in K-pop. All right. Next up, we have a song called Energy. We don't have a music video for this one, but here we go.
Every day we get better to be good.
Energy. Am I saying A as I? Should it be? I'm loving that like deep percussive bass in this one. Ooh, is that Winter? No, that was Ning Ning. Okay, cool. One thing I wanted to talk about that tied into what we were talking about in the last one is a line that Ning Ning had in here that was making me go, oh yeah. As you get to know it, you'll fall deeper into it anyway. We're gonna make it all happen. Makes me think like, they're saying you're gonna fall into this lore anyway, right? Like, we're just gonna bombard you with this stuff right now, and you know, you're gonna get immersed in it. You're gonna fall deeper into it. You are going to get sucked in. We're gonna make it happen. It feels like a little bit of a meta note there in the lyrics, which I thought was fun. But the other thing, you know, besides being a little short, right? You know how I feel if you've been on the channel for a while, how I feel about sub 3-minute songs, which is I always want them to be longer. But this feels more like an introduction to the group, and kind of like the members themselves. They're even shouting out each other's names. They're kind of referencing Navis. They're like talking about the eyes. I'm gonna have trouble with the pronunciation until somebody fills me in a little more on that one, because it's Aespa, but it looks like it's Energy and I when we're referencing them. But please correct me if I'm incorrect on that one. and then things like Cosmos and things like that. So it's interesting. They are fully in a B-side too, also going to be talking about the lore. I was curious about that because that's another thing some groups do, is that they stick, most of the lore sticks to the title tracks, and then the B-sides kind of can be other things. It seems like this one is going to be like full in immersive. You're going to fall deep into this lore anyway, so we're going to just kind of reference it a lot. I think the nice thing about this one was as an introduction, right? I could see this as being one of the early openers to the set list. That this is a good way to bring up energy in the crowd. This is a good way to introduce the members to people who may not be as familiar in the audience, and just kind of also bring this cool bassy hip hop energy to the song. So yeah, I dug that. I do wish it was longer than 2.5 minutes though. Okay. Next up, we have Life's Too Short, which is an English track, it looks like.
All of this discussion, talking about nothing you'd ever say to my face. You think it was the gospel, but they're only trouble. I ain't got the time to waste. You need to get away, 'cause life's too short. You must be bored out of mind. You should really take the notes and somewhere else, 'cause you've got to realize I'm doing me regardless, and I don't care what you say about it. And it don't matter if you like it or not. I'm having all this fun, so why would I ever stop doing me regardless? No, I don't care what you say.
Ooh.
And I'ma do it anyway that I want. I'm having all this fun, so why would I ever stop? Some people are so mean, I'll be on a phone screen when we're trying to live our lives. Why you gotta be so vicious? Be about your business instead of getting up in mine. You need to get away, 'cause life's too short. You must be bored out of your mind. You should really take the notes and somewhere else, 'cause you got to realize, and I don't care what you say about it. And it don't matter if you like it or not. I'm having all this fun, so why would I ever stop doing me regardless? No, I don't care what you say about it. And I'ma do it anyway that I want. I'm having all this fun, so why would I ever stop doing me regardless?
That's a cool shot with the slow-mo jump.
Doing me regardless. Why would I ever stop?
Is it Bunny Hat and Katana? Okay.
So why would I ever stop doing me regardless? No, I don't care what you say about it. And I'ma do it anyway that I want. I'm having all this fun, so why would I ever stop doing me regardless? Doing me regardless. Why would I ever stop doing me regardless? Doing me regardless.
Oh, we got a little more at the end here. Nope, just SM logo. Okay, so melodically, right? This is probably my favorite track so far. I love the kind of R&B jam vibes that we got here. We've got like a very slow pop that's like just riding the vibe, and it fits with the theme of the song really well. Like they're just like, I'm gonna do me regardless, right? I'm not concerned with what you're doing or what you think about what I'm doing. Life's too short for something like that. Let's take it easy, have fun, and just kind of do our own things. And that chill message going along with that kind of really bass heavy, flowy melody is just like really, really nice. I dug that a lot. I'll be curious to hear the Korean version. You guys also, if you've also been here on the channel for a while, you know I don't typically listen to a whole lot of other language versions. I listen to whatever came first usually, but you know, we'll check it out and see how it is. But yeah, so far this one might be fighting with Black Mamba as my favorite for the video. Next one, we've got Hold On Tight MV, which is a Tetris movie OST. I didn't know there was a Tetris movie, let alone an OST for it by Aespa.
It was the most beautiful thing I'd ever seen.
Oh, it's a lyric video. Oh, okay. It does incorporate the Tetris music.
We were built to be two enemies. I know, but somehow I know we're meant to be. I know. This world's a battlefield. I will be a shield. We got something real worth disrupting the peace. Disrupt the peace. Yeah, keep on moving. With the system autopilot cruising. Generation victory losing. Heaven knows this won't have long forever. Hold on tight, better hold on tight. Fought your life. Baby, you and me are a twisted fantasy, but it's running on a dream all night. Wired differently, a chaotic energy. Buckle up and take a seat. Hold on tight. Fought your life. Baby, you and me are a twisted fantasy, but it's running on a dream all night. Wired differently, a chaotic energy. Buckle up and take a seat. Hold on tight. La la la.
Jax likes the Tetris vibes too. Enough, buddy.
It was the most beautiful thing I'd ever seen.
Okay. I don't know why I didn't expect that. Like, I didn't expect the classic Tetris theme music to be involved in this song. I should have, right? Like, that's one of those things where you go, oh, that makes a lot of sense. The second you hear it, you go, oh, right, it's the Tetris theme. Of course, that's going to be involved in some way thematically in this motion picture OST, whether it's this song. I guess if there were other songs on the album, maybe you would think that one was first, but like synthwave plus Tetris theme plus K-pop equals banger. Like, I wasn't sure where this song was going right at the beginning, right? I was like, okay, I'm here for it. This is interesting. And then the drop came in and I was like, oh, I see. Like, you suddenly, the pieces fell into place and it made sense, right? Like, you just go, oh, I understand exactly what the producer was going for and what the idea of this was. And it was just like, oh, again, too short. But this is a banger. This is dope. I think this is a really cool usage of an homage to something that you're building for an OST, right? And without making it seem hokey, because it could have very, very easily gone into like a cheesy territory using that theme. Everybody knows that theme. You may not know the name of it, or you may not know where it's from, but that melody is something that's been around and is so unreasonably popular that like you've heard that before. And this could have easily landed in a place where you go, oh, okay, this is kind of cheesy. But they nailed it. They absolutely crushed it. Okay. Cool. Next up, we have a song called Spicy. Oh.
Too spicy. You want my A to the Z, but you won't. 어림없지 맞춰봐 sweet. Gonna freak. What's hiding underneath? I see. 망설이 듯한 보는 너 기회는 없어. Oh, no, you won't get it. Nah, you won't get it. I say 깜빡한 순간 끌어당겨 you'll be mine. Mine. 살짝 다가와 can't cross my borderline. 날 가뿐하게 했던 everyday 흥미로운 덫을 던져줄게 뛰어들어봐 just right now. Cause I'm too spicy for your heart. Bring the fire alarm. 심장이 파고드는 너. I'm too spicy. 번지는 자극 속에 너. 바로 그 순간 또 다른 나를 발견해. I'm too spicy. I'm too spicy. Don't stop 겁내지 마. Hey, bang bang 맞춰봐. I'm too spicy. Yeah, I'm too spicy. You know that I don't stop 용기내봐. Hey, next time myself. I'm too spicy. I'm too spicy. Tell me what you see when you look at me. Cause I am a 10 out of 10 honestly. 기세가 다른 move 너랍도 아는 groove. But you keep wasting your time, dude. Don't chase me, 경고해 나. Erase me, 멀리 달아나. Hey, 이제 나겠니? 원래부터 bad, I'm so bad honestly. So bad, 전부 가질래. 지금부터 call you mine. 도망칠 거면 don't cross my borderline. 뻔하기만 했던 everyday. 이제 그만 룰을 벗어날 때. 어렵지 않아, just right now. Cause I'm too spicy for your heart. Bring the fire alarm. 심장을 파고드는 너. I'm too spicy. 번지는 자극 속에 너. 바로 그 순간 또 다른 나를 발견해. I'm too spicy. I'm too spicy. Ready? 좀 더 강도를 높여 down. One of a kind. 우린 한계를 앞서 wow. That's right. Cause I'm too spicy for your heart. Bring the fire alarm. 새로운 도전 같은 너. I'm too spicy. 변화할 시간이야 너. 지금 이 순간 so hot. 또 다른 나를 찾아내. I'm too spicy. I'm too spicy. Don't stop 겁내지 마. Hey, bang bang 맞춰봐. I'm too spicy. Yeah, I'm too spicy. You know that I don't stop 용기내봐. Hey, next time myself. I'm too spicy. I'm too spicy. Cause yeah, I'm too spicy for your heart. Yeah, I'm too spicy for your heart. 마침내 번져오는 dry. Yeah, I'm too spicy for your heart. I'm too spicy. I'm too spicy for you.
Okay. That was a very like playful energy and kind of like a little mischievous vibe that we haven't gotten yet from the other ones. It was more like, hey, I am a lot. I'm a lot for you to handle, right? And you're not ready for this. Like you aren't ready for the heat. Like you best watch out. I'm warning you now. It's gonna get messy if you step in here without really contemplating the the nature of what you're dealing with. Which is a fun vibe. I did notice some like small references to, I think, Navi's on her phone when she was texting somebody in the very beginning, but this one was probably the most lore light of the ones that we've heard so far that weren't OSTs, right? Like, because the Tetris movie one wasn't going to reference Quagga or anything like that, obviously. But this is the first one that I've seen that didn't have like direct references that I caught. Now that being said, you know, I was paying attention to both lyrics and the video as we were watching. I could have very easily missed something. And when we go back and go in a little more depth, maybe we'll find something more out. But I think musically, this one really, really leaned on that nice synth bass that it had going through it, to give it this distinctive vibe. And then when they flip up into their head voice in the chorus is the other part that's very catchy to your ears, right? Like at the tail end of Spicy, right? When they go up into the falsetto, it's just like, oh, okay. That's like a little bit of difference. That's that like nice bit of spice on the chorus line. Okay, cool. Next up, we have Salty and Sweet. Ooh. Ooh. All right. Salty and sweet. I think they did. It was interesting that they did something similar to Spicy here, where they flip up into their head voice at the tail end of a chorus. But here, you know, they kind of split it half with going into a slightly lower range with the salty part and flipping up for the sweet, which was interesting. And then they also play on like the more hip hop side of things, and then a very melodic bridge, also playing up with that idea of salty and sweet. So it was cool to see that they worked with that duality, not just in the messaging of the lyrics of the song, but also in the production and the way that they perform it. So I was digging that a lot. And the one thing I really appreciated was that near the tail end, there was at least one salty and sweet that was a full-on belt straight through, like giving us a little bit of that variation that really pulls your ear into like attention on what's going on. I've also started to notice this trend of things that I really like in Aespa songs, is that the ad libs are always on point. They sound so good, and they're like expertly placed in songs. I do occasionally have some trouble, not in this song in particular, but occasionally have trouble distinguishing between Winter and Karina. So that's something that I've noticed that I'm gonna have to work on, distinguishing those two a little more. And there was one more. Oh yeah, Ning Ning can rap. I didn't expect that. Did not expect to get some rap lines out of Ning Ning. That was really cool. She's got some nice flow too, nice attitude. All right, next up we have Better Things performance video. They didn't have a music video that wasn't the I version, and I wanted to kind of see a little bit of the performance along with it. So we're going with the performance version. We will get back to all the other versions and stuff in the deep dive in a bit.
was always sure you would have loved me back. You had me right at my weakest. Yeah. Now you're hurting, I can see you mad, but you're never gonna get that back. Now I know you wanna know me, wanna know me, wanna know all about me, wanna know about me, but it can't have me 'cause it left you alone. I know you wanna know me, wanna know me, wanna know all about me, wanna know about me, but it can't have me 'cause I'm gone.
Ooh.
I'm sorry. Aespa, big girls making money. Aespa, you're number one fan now. You can only see me at the sold out shows. Will I ever go back? Will I ever trip out? Will I ever pull up Watch and see, but they're another rhythm on it.
Ooh.
Sorry, I ain't sorry. Aespa, big girls making money.
Aespa, your #1 fan now. You can only see me at a sold-out show.
Will I ever go back? Will I ever trip up? Will I ever pull up on?
Watch and see, but they're another rhythm money, rhythm money, rhythm money, rhythm money, rhythm money.
Okay. Aespa's English tracks hit different. This is the second one we've heard now, I think. And both of them are straight fire. That is not typical, I've found. The way that they just were riding the beat in this one with this just very confident, relaxed swag vibe. I was so here for this song. I think Better Things might be my favorite one we've heard so far. Yeah, I think I can confidently say that this was my favorite track so far. This one is a bop. And I just love that it's like a know your worth kind of track too, right? Like she's like, they are literally saying I have better things to do with my time than you, right? Like you're not gonna treat them right if you're not going to be worthy of them. They got better things to do. They're selling out shows. The only time you're gonna see them after that, if you don't get your shit together, is at a sold out show. And they're not gonna give you a second chance. They're not gonna pull up on you again. They're not gonna, crumble and come crawling back to you. They got better things to do. You got this one shot. You treat them right, great. You treat them wrong, you're out. And it's just like they know what they're about. They know what they're worth. And the idea is that, value yourself, right? And I love that. That's a great message to put out there. Know your boundaries, know your worth, and make sure you're doing right by you before you worry about doing something that isn't worth it for you. Obviously, don't be mean about it, but I do really enjoy that message. And again, just a solid freaking banger all the way through musically. That hook is so catchy. I am going to be humming that and singing that for the rest of the night, easily. I think that is where we end our first set of, that is the last one for today's set list. Tomorrow we will go through another 8 songs, and Wednesday we'll go through another 8 songs. Or Thursday. Tomorrow's Wednesday. Thursday we will go through another set of 8 songs, maybe 9. I think there are 25 songs on the set list. And then next week we will start back from the beginning, going through all the lyric videos. We'll watch the MVs again to get lore implications. We'll do dance practices, live performances, etc., etc., etc. But again, I do apologize for the shift in the way we normally do our deep dives, but I got to get myself ready for this concert. I am so excited to see them live. It looks like it's going to be a hell of a time. But that's going to do it for us for today, guys. So until next time, love you. Bye.